Welcome back. Generative artificial intelligence is the new frontier in that technology. The next big thing in AI, though, might be private. Jason Adolf is Industry Vice President for Public Sector at Appian Government. Jason, welcome. It's great to talk to you. What is private AI, and what does it mean for somebody that's thinking about artificial intelligence in the government sector?
Sure. So I think in the government conversations, you can't go more than 5 seconds without mentioning the word artificial intelligence. The biggest thing I think people need to understand is that most of what we hear about is you sending data to a public model where you're sending data with people from other countries, from other industries. And so we support a lot of very important missions that can't commingle data with public data. And so our idea was, let's create an environment where we can take your data, we can train your information and keep it separate from our other customers and from the public, but still provide you the benefits that you hear about for using generative AI and some of the AI technologies. And so that's the key. It's separating your data from everybody else's.
Is there a discernment that's necessary, or is it evident to the user this is something that's not appropriate for a public tool, and this is something that's okay to use a public tool for?
And this then lies the problem, which is a lot of people don't know the difference. They hear, let's talk about ChatGPT, and they say, oh, I'm just going to go start typing things in or upload a document there. And most agencies don't have policies for that type of stuff yet. And so what we're saying is we're providing a platform by which it is safe to do that. And we can control that experience with the end user, so they're not trying to go off and use these third-party tools where you don't know what you're getting. And so that's where I think the discernment comes in.
Pull back more broadly. What are agencies asking you about AI, and what are they trying to figure out for themselves about AI in broadly across the sectors right now?
Sure. I mean, the biggest thing is the confusion over, can I do it? Can I use it, right? And then how do I use it in such a way that doesn't seem artificial, or not artificial, but like on the surface, right? Yeah. And so we've been, the number one thing we hear about is, how do we apply AI in use cases like case management, right? How do I relate cases together? How do I see things that might be interesting for me to know in the pursuit of completing some piece of work? And so we're pitching AI as a way to assist users, or to power the applications that we have with our customers. And I think that's the way that we see most agencies today trying to take that first step. Now, we certainly see customers like our defense customers, our law enforcement customers, our public health customers leaning much further in with AI to do some pretty interesting things. But most of our FedCiv customers want to know how we can automate stuff.
That automation process was really hot in the form of robotic process automation for a while. I'm going to guess 3, 4, 5 years ago. Has RPA just been overcome by events in your view, or is that a piece of what's happening in the AI discussion right now, or how is this all connected together?
So you're right about the time frame, right? And so I think what we see with RPA is that most of the vendors that play in this space have subsumed RPA into their platform. So we've acquired a capability that we've integrated into the platform to do that. We look at RPA as an extension of the automation tools that we have. So it is one arrow in the quiver, right? You could do it through our process modeling environment. You could use a decision logic. You could use an RPA bot to accomplish a task. So we're not looking at it as a standalone thing anymore. We're looking at it as human bot AI.
I have been talking to people on this program for the last couple of weeks about Appian Government that's coming November 29th. What will people get when they show up for that?
Sure. So yes, we are going to talk about AI because it wouldn't be a federal conference if we didn't.
That's right.
But we're going to talk about it a lot in context, particularly in the context of 2 areas: case management and acquisition. We do a lot of acquisition work through our acquisition suite. So you're going to hear a lot about AI and the ways that we're dealing with automation. We've got some great customer speakers that are going to be there, and quite a lot of people.
What do you want folks to take away from that when they go back to their agencies?
We want them to take away that these technologies are not bleeding edge and so far out of their reach that they can't take advantage of it. We want to show them practical ways to use these things in the applications that they're using every day.
All right, I'll have more detail on that later in the show. Jason, thanks very much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.